I've always been haunted by sleep. When I went to the school nurse that day, I thought it'd go like usual. But I should have known better because the last couple of nights hadn't gone like usual. "Tough night?" Nurse Cap asked. I nodded, but I kept my eyes down. Scary, violent thoughts? I didn't nod. There was something new keeping me up this time. Something I hadn't told her, or anyone, yet. "Something else?" she asked gently, and I nodded, kicking my foot out where it hung from the chair and watching my untied shoelace rise and fall. "You know you can always tell me." "My parents said I just want attention," I said tearfully. "They don't want me to wake them up anymore. They said they're done. But I heard," I choked back a sob. "Knocks. 3 knocks coming from under my bed." She stiffened. "Knocks?" I nodded. I was really brave. I didn't get my parents. I pulled out everything from under my bed, but there was nothing. And they kept going, and I just laid there, scared all night. "Oh, sweetheart," she said, her eyes distant. "You must have been so scared. How about you nap? I'll be here to protect you." Exhausted, I agreed. When it was time to go, she stopped me in the doorframe. "Andy," she said, her voice strained. "My grandmother used to tell me stories when I took care of her. Her mind was going, but she told me that she heard the knocks too. 3 sharp knocks coming from someplace they weren't supposed to be coming from. She only heard them when someone near her was going to die, but she didn't know who, and it never went away. Has anyone near you passed recently?" "My neighbor, Mr. Bernard, and then his wife." My voice was empty. "This is a lot, but I have to tell you. My grandmother learned that the louder the knocks were, the closer the person was to her." She walked over to me and pulled me into a hug. "I'm sorry, but there's nothing you can do. It's been 15 years since that conversation. I've heard the knocks 3 more times. One was the mailman, another was my favorite teacher, another was my sister, who died of an overdose while I was sleeping down the hall. Years always passed between each death, but it took me hours to fall asleep every night. Tonight they were back, and louder than ever. I looked over at my sleeping fiancé and I remembered that day, telling Nurse Cap, the only adult who believed. Me, the only person I'd ever told. I laid awake all night holding my love. And when the train they took for their morning commute derailed, killing them and 55 others, I could only stumble into the mortuary and ID their body, alone, again, and doomed to hear death until my own.